Bleach is probably one of the most influential anime so far. It's one of the most popular anime to date, and it deserves it. Several series have come from clear inspiration from it, and in this video, I'm talking about something in my own story that it inspired. Alma masks. If you haven't watched the shorts, I'm writing this story called Izanagi, and within it is something called aura. To gain aura is similar to a style meter.
Do more things, it goes up. Do less, or not enough things, it goes down.
The way people do this the most is within fights. This makes it so the more skilled you are, the more aura you gain. There are other factors, but that's all relevant to the video. Something else within my story is different types of powered weapons. Gauntlets, gears, and finally, Alma masks. In this video, I'm going on a deep dive on Alma masks. But what are they in the first place? Alma masks come from these things called Almas. They are clearly inspired by hollows from bleach. Each Alma masked this mask, and that basically acts as the point of its construction. Almas are created from several shattered souls merging together. Shattered souls are normally made when someone can no longer withstand existence within limbo, shattering it. There are other ways, but that is the main way souls get shattered. Almas are the origin of where Alma masks come from, and there are both a natural and a man-made way to acquire an Alma mask. Let's talk about the natural way first. When two Almas meet, they even work together as they are weak or compete against each other to become stronger. When competing, they either devour each other or merge. When becoming one, they can form one more powerful armor, or they collapse and then form an Alma mask. It's also possible for a lone one to collapse when defeated, but this has to be in a way where its mask isn't destroyed. It's insanely rare for it to do this anyways. Now the man-made way is a bit different. From Almas, you can harvest this shard. It's not a guaranteed chance, but it's easier to get as you don't have to worry about not destroying its mask. These shards are known as devoid shards. These shards can merge together to make an Alma mask, or if someone is skilled enough, they can mold the shards into a new entire Alma mask of its own. There are 4 different types of Alma masks: Rensa, Shini, Phase, and Di Alma. Rensa are your average Alma masks. They come with the stat buffs and a weapon you can summon if you want. Shini are similar to Rensa, but they are able to manifest 2 or more different weapons. These don't include things that are obviously dual-wielded like arm blades or dual swords. These are clearly 2 different things. A real example is manifestable bones and arm blades. 2 unconnected weapons. Phase Alma masks are kind of self-explanatory. They normally come as a partial mask, and there are different phases it can evolve into while using, each gaining a new part of the mask or additional details. This updates the weapon too.
Die Alma.
Masks are the most unique. Unlike the others, instead of a mask manifesting a weapon, it's a weapon manifesting a mask, and it's also one of the more rare types, with only 2 of them currently existing. Because of this fact, it kind of reverses part of the process for this type. More about that soon, but before that, I need to tell you something. Please subscribe. I'm working towards gaining subscribers to gain more support for my story. With more subscribers, I can make more videos and also slowly build a community. If you're interested, subscribe, it's free. Now, what is the general stuff for each Alma mask? Most of them are a hive mind of the recovered memories of the shattered souls that formed it. They naturally have a killing instinct and only craves destruction, but sometimes it gains an understanding of its memories and will form a personality based on that, still with some craving for destruction though. However, the user can slowly affect them, and in some cases it becomes a reflection of parts of the user. Normally darker bits, but also hidden parts. The user's ID. We don't normally find out their names from the user. This is because they need a certain level of mastery and knowledge about the Alma mask. The Alma mask can actually prevent someone from learning its name, resisting the user. Someone would have to learn not to control the Alma mask, but work with it. The whole point of this is philosophical. You work with a shattered soul to make it mean something. Give it a name, an identity, something I'll go into more detail later. When an Alma mask is broken, it will slowly turn gray, and it loses parts of its powers. An example of this is one only being able to use fire powers even though it originally could form metallic bones as well. Now, let's talk about the physical buffs. Before I say anything, I'm going to get specific with this, and this is 2. Make it more easier. 4 people. 2 reference in the future when getting an overall strength. 4 strength. There's a general buff of 45% more strength, and on top of that, they would be able to lift 25 kilograms more in a bench press. Its overall strength increases. The bench press is just a reference. For speed, there is a 35% increase, and being able to run 20 miles per hour faster on top of that. Heightened senses and 40/40 plus vision. The reason why it's mostly percentage increase is so that it scales to the user, and also makes a clear difference between a fight versus 2 weak people, and where one is more strong than another. A better way of explaining it is in a video game. There are some items that give you a buff. Let's say it's a 20-point buff. If you are a player with just 2 points, then it will feel like a 10 times power increase. However, if you are a player on 100 points, that is just a portion of your power. It gets to a point where it becomes irrelevant. That is the thing I'm capturing here. It basically forces people to actually train once they reach a certain level, or they will become stagnant, and the mask wouldn't be that much of a buff due to it now being less than double what you can do. That's something I wanted to capture in this system. Due to the Alma's mask's nature and active maniacalness, it can gradually drive someone insane and make them destructive. This depends on your compatibility with the mask, emotions, mental fortitude, and race. By the way, in my story, there are 4 races. 2 summarize this part. Nightdales have it easier because they have 2 souls, while Chaosans have it the hardest due to their heightened emotions. While using Alma masks, it drains your stamina, and the more stamina you lose, the more likely you are to lose control. Finally, let's talk about the abilities that each of these masks share. First, Roar. A temporary buff in damage, chart destructive output of around 45%, and letting out a powerful shockwave. Next is Zoe, and it's a movement technique which is unsensible. It teleports to somewhere within a 5-stud radius. It works by taking you out of reality, then putting you back in reality. Third is Rensai, and it's a powerful buildup of nature aura thereafter, using it either in a ranged air slash or a melee attack. These Rensai are intensely powerful, but easily can drain a high amount of aura. Also, you have 2 Screaming It, or it wouldn't be as cool. Fourth is Hario. They're basically this almost transparent layer that goes over you. It nullifies all damage that impacts you when you use it, and someone would have to break it to do damage to you, and they can only break it in segments, so they would have to attack that area they broke to do damage. Hario is described as being as powerful as a 3-foot wall of iron. However, to activate it, someone would have to surpass a certain threshold of aura. This doesn't use aura. Name is the final ability, and it's saying the name of the Alma mask to buff your abilities. The rest of them for each Alma mask are special. If you haven't watched my video about gauntlets, I'll explain.
Specials are abilities you have to learn. Abilities you can just use right off the bat, while specials you have to learn them. Moreover, specials cost aura, so they depend on you actually fighting to then gain access to use them. To keep you informed, Rensai, Zoe, and Name are specials. So, they do cost aura to use.
Now it's time to talk about 3 different Alma masks. Arden Sodens, Diosoro, finally Reina de Sangre. Let's start with the first one, Arden Sostens. This is the one I used in the broken example. The name comes from 3 Latin words, which together translates to Demon Bone Fang. It's inspired by 3 different things in 3 different shows. The Susanoo from Naruto, Flame Bone of the Starving from Kaguraibachi, and Mahito from JJK. It's a shiny type, so it has 2 different weapons, bones and arm blades. I'll explain the bones first. It's actually highly complex. Within the bone weapon, there are 2 different types of bones. One made from an alloy called auratherm, and in summary, it's this really heat-resistant alloy, and has this golden brass color too. These bones are nicknamed aurum. The black ones are called aether, and they are of a different alloy. The majority of this one has something known as black sliver. It's something that when you put your aura into, it nullifies anyone else's aura, proportional to the amount of aura you put on them. The aurum bones are much larger, and don't then take a skeleton shape. They act more like a mesh, make constructs, mimic full things like fists, or make large things like a rib cage that encases the user. The outer bones work differently. They're smaller, close to normal size, and they are much more clearly part of someone's skeleton. The user can use them to layer on their own body or make false limbs. There are more applications, but it depends on the user. They are able to use red flames. This flame can be likened to some sort of skin or muscle it can use to strengthen the user and inflame attacks like a beam of fire. All of this together allows the user to do things like create clones, large humanoid constructs, and more. Now for the arm blades. These arm blades are unique in the fact they can rotate and change where they are around the arm. They could be just over your hands, but also be elbow blades. These blades are strong and are also made with an alloy that has black silver, which gives it the same nullifying properties of the black bones, but to a higher amount due to it having more black silver. These blades are able to manipulate wind and use them in various ways: propulsion, attacked, and more. Both of these already are great on their own, but together they can be used in highly intense ways. When someone wears it, they gain an increased battle IQ, Zoe has an increased range of 5 studs, and the user slowly gets stronger while using it, on top of the normal buff. The theme of the specials for it are kinda already explained because I explained them with the weapons as they intertwine with them. For specials, I'm not giving examples in this video because of how many different variants there are. Now they branch off of each other and to save your time. Next is Diosoro. Translates to God Gold. It manifests as a weapon which is a mix of a Bahuan Dao and Niue Dao.
The blade is large and has a larger side length as it goes up the blade.
It's a Rensa type, and it increased movement speed on top of the normal buff, being able to see in Hunter's vision, dulling colors and outlining living targets, increased flexibility, increased defense, better than Hario, and a perfect parry. If they parry at the same time the mask wants, then it becomes perfect, fully parried and no damage. Its specials have this theming. Green lighting focused on manipulation, creation, green flames, fast attacks, and crushing/shaking blows, similar to Whitebeard. Reina de Sangre is the final one I'm talking about in this video. Its name translates to Blood Queen. It's a Rensa type, and its weapon is this abnormally long katana with a red lotus tsuba. One of its passives is called Ra. With the more blood the blade gets, it starts to manifest this invisible creature called Ra. Ra's power scales to the strength of the user and the amount of blood it has, as the mean value. What it is able to do is both fight in melee and ranged, or manipulate the air to be poisonous. Moreover, with the more strength it has, the more the user gains skill with the sword. Skill they originally don't have, and would lose after stopping to use Ra. By the way, someone can sense Ra if they use aura techniques like Kangai, so it's not fully an invisible force. With enough blood, it can also make the user automatically parry attacks. This increases how good they are at fighting by filling in the gaps in their senses. When the user wants to parry, their parrying action is 10 times faster. Finally, the longer the user fights for the more powerful they become, a percentage buff. Its specials are Acid, Red Aura attacks, Aura Constructs, Beams, Sludge, and Copying. With references back to Lotuses, Horror, and Destruction. That's it. Comment down below any questions you have for my story.